All right, let's talk about acceptance. What does that mean to accept life? To accept whatever life throws your way. You've probably heard the old statement about milk. It's usually something about don't cry over spilled milk, or one shouldn't cry over spilled milk. And what that means, if you think about it, is if you've got some milk and that milk spills, it's already spilled. It's already happened. It's in the past. You cannot put the milk back in the cup. So don't cry over spilled milk means stop wasting your energy, stop wasting your time on things that can't be undone. Once the milk is spilled, you have a problem to fix. You need to clean up the milk. Time spent wishing that this didn't happen, getting upset with yourself, getting sad, thinking that you didn't deserve to have this happen, is time that you're not spending with this problem that's now in front of you. It's very similar to the economic concept of sunk cost. With sunk cost, once you've already expended some energy or time or money, it's already gone and it shouldn't matter. So this already happened. The milk is already spilled, and now you've got something that needs your attention. So accepting of spilled milk means that I accept that this has happened, and now there's something that I need to do. The opposite is avoidance. I'm trying not to deal with life. I'm trying to distract myself. I wish things were different. I wish I would have made some different decisions. I wish that stuff didn't happen. I don't deserve this. And acceptance is kind of taking life by the horns and saying, all right, this is what it is. This is why these stereotypes exist, or these cliches exist, because they're real. It is what it is. Right? So one powerful way to learn how to be more accepting of whatever life throws our way is through framing. Now with framing, you've got a frame. And a frame is basically how you view a situation. It's a perspective. And there's different ways to view things. Right? So if you put something in a different frame, we call that reframing. So reframing is to put something into a different frame. Here's the classic. The classic is one frame is the glass is half empty. In a different frame, that glass is half full. It's the same situation, it's just a different way to view it. Another one you may have heard of is a failure rate. If I look at something that has a 1% chance of going against me, or a 99% chance of it working, it's the same math. But it hits me differently because it's in a different frame. So different frames we can use. One comes from mindfulness. With mindfulness, we recognize that the past doesn't exist. The past has already happened. The past is just a thought. We have about 60,000 thoughts a day. And if you pay attention to those thoughts on purpose, that's called thinking. If you pay attention to those thoughts without knowing it, you're lost in thought. You might be ruminating. But the past is only a thought. It's the same with the future. Many people will worry or be anxious about the future. But the future doesn't exist. The future is only a thought. Neither the past nor the future exist except as thoughts in our head. The present moment is the only thing that we have. It's all that we have. There are lessons in the present that we've gained from the past, and there's things we can do in the present to prepare for the future, but the past and the future don't exist. We can only experience the present. So the frame using mindfulness is to change something like, I didn't deserve this, I don't want this, I don't like this, and to say something like, well, I don't like this, but now that it's happened, I need to do something about it. Like the milk. I didn't like that this milk spilled, but now that it's spilled, I need to do something about it. Another frame approach we can use is from Stoicism. In Stoicism, one of their tenets is to get really clear about the things that are in your control and put all of your attention into things that you can control. One very big thing that you don't control is the past. It's already happened. You can't change the past. Irvin Yalom is famous for saying, sooner or later you have to give up hope for a better past because you can't change it. And thus, trying to worry and ruminate and wish things were different is a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your time. Other Things that are outside your control are other people's opinions. You can't change what other people think about you or their behavior. You can't change what other people do. So the Stoic frame is to, instead of saying, I wonder why they did this, I wonder why that happened, is to say, well, I can't control that. So here's what is in my control. That's how you change from one frame to the other that way. And then the final one, my favorite one, is the curiosity frame. The curiosity frame says, I'm going to shift my perspective to be curious about things. If you want to speak in more of like therapist terms, I'd call this empathy. Empathy is one way of being curious. I'm curious your perspective. I'm curious how you came to that conclusion. I'm curious about why you just said that or why you asked that question. I wonder more about this. If you can change your perspective from I'm worried about what's going to happen, you can say I'm curious about how this is going to play out. That's the reframe that can help. But find a way to reframe situations that works for you so that you can accept life. Because once you accept what's happened, note, I didn't say you have to like what happened, but once you accept that life happens, you can then do something about it. You get one life. Live intentionally. Greetings, Derek again. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more, please head to meaning.blog, and there you can learn about all things related to money and mindset and purpose and meaning. And you'll be able to find out how we might be able to work together. You'll find more articles. You'll find links to videos. You'll find online courses, all kinds of things to get you going on your journey towards living more intentionally.